guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a fall inspired makeup look, doing a little bit more glam than I usually do. Now that it's fall, I just wanted to get myself in the mood for more fallish colors. I've been loving this nude lip, wearing it like crazy. It's one of the new NYX lingerie ones. This is in the color Lace Detail, and I am just loving it. Sometimes I'll put a gloss on over it as well. And I thought the green and the gold were really fall inspired, since I can't pull off a lot of like the orangey reds, that kind of color. So I thought this was my compromise on a fall look. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. To start this look, I'm going to go in with two different primers. First, I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth, just all over my face, and then I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing, just in the areas where I need some extra help, especially on the blemishes and around my very pore areas. Next, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Coverall Correcting Palette, using the green in there just to cover all of my blemishes because I woke up with all of these. Wonderful timing. Next, I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. It's so funny, every time I start with this foundation, I'm like, ew, this is so gross, it doesn't cover anything, I hate it. But then by the time I set it and let it dry, it's so beautiful. I always go in with two coats. I let it dry for a little bit in between, then I go with my second coat. And then just to make sure it's all set in place, I go over it with my beauty blender once it starts to get tacky feeling. Now I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 15 Fair, cover up all my blemishes, and highlight under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, and my chin. I like to leave it on my blemishes for as long as possible so it starts to get tacky and really cling to those spots before I start to go in with my beauty blender. Next, I'm going to go in with my NYC Translucent Setting Powder. I'm going to bake under my eyes. I'm also going to bake my chin, and I'm also going to go over my blemishes with that as well, just to make sure everything is really set into place. Next, I'm going to go in with my Stay Matte by Rimmel to brush that bake away, and then I'm also going to set my entire face with that as well. Next, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. bronzer palette. I just bought this recently and I'm absolutely loving the lightest shade in this palette for all of my contouring, bronzing, whatever, and I just love it. Now I'm going to clean up the bottom of that contour again with my NYC powder. I'm going to be setting my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly as per usual. And to set that, I'm going to go into my Studio Makeup On The Go palette and use the lightest matte shade in that palette to set all over my eyes. I'm absolutely in love with this palette, if you hadn't been able to tell from my 4 different eyeshadow styles video that I recently did. I'm going to be using the medium brown shade just as a transition color in my crease. Get that all blended in my crease for when I put down the darker colors. Going into my Morphe 35S palette, taking the dark forest green in that palette and taking that in my crease, and then in the outer corner making a nice V shape with that green. Make sure it's all blended out, and then once I have all the green down in place where I want it, I'm going to go back into the Studio Makeup On The Go palette and use the gold shade in there. This is a gorgeous color. Putting that all over my lids. And then we'll go back and forth with the green and the gold to make sure everything is all blended out the way I want it to be. Next, I'm going in with my NYC Liquid Eyeliner and doing a nice little wing on the edge. And then I'm going to be using my IT Cosmetics No-Tug Waterproof Liner. Whoops, the tip fell out. I'm using that to tightline my upper lashes. I'm going to be using the Tarteist Lash Paint to coat my lashes. This thing is hard to open. Now I'm going to go in with that medium brown shade again and take that on the lower lash line. Just wipe away that bake underneath my contour now. And don't forget to coat those lower lashes. Now I'm going to go in with the pink brand by Love for Lashes. This is my first time using this brand and I'm loving them. These are the synthetic ones in Cocoa. I'm going to quickly contour my nose with the same contour shade from the e.l.f. palette I used on the rest of my face. And now I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn and Becca Hill highlighting palette. I'm going to be using the blushes in here today, the Amaretto and Pamplemousse mixed together. I'm going to be putting that all over my cheeks. And I always go in with my powder brush after I've applied my blush, just to make sure everything blends in nicely. And I'm also going to be using Champagne Pop from the Jaclyn and Becca Hill highlight palette as well to do all my highlighting. And quickly lining those bottom lashes as well with the same IT Cosmetics liner. Now I'm going to go in with a highlight shade, also using the Studio Makeup On The Go palette. And to finish off the look, I'm using the NYX Lingerie in Lace Detail. Love, love, love this lipstick. And to set it all in place, I'm using the Maybelline Master Fix. And there is the finished makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button so you can see all future tutorials and other videos that I make. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.